VIZOR can track and manage asset classes of all kinds, again, without limitation. You can add your own, but certainly we have a large number of classes already available, and underneath each of those classes, a large number of types available, but you can certainly allow, all types of assets to be tracked and managed, consumables, non-barcoded items like desks, chairs, keys, lengths of cables, light bulbs, the like. So we can certainly do that. Can we take a quick look at those other asset types and classes that we have available?
Yeah, let's do that. So if I go here and go to assets, then what we're seeing first here are asset classes and asset types. So you can change these. These are the ones we have out of the box. So you can add your own asset classes and asset types. But it kind of helps sort of demonstrate how different assets can be managed within VIZOR. So we spoke a lot about computers, so Chromebooks in particular, but it could be sort of Windows devices as well. But all different types of assets, so furniture, desks, chairs, consumables, so maybe laptop batteries, USB keys, audio-visual equipment, very big sort of within schools, so projectors, smartboards, Promethean boards, being able to see those assets. And at the core, it's very similar to, well, it's really the same as what we were just talking about with Chromebooks. So what assets do you have? What state are they in? Who has them? Where are they? And drilling into those to see that life cycle information, that purchase information, the warranty information for each of those asset types, and performing, again, operations on those asset types in bulk. So if you wanted to reallocate, reassign, as we did earlier on the Chromebooks, then we can do that in this case for our projectors. And there's reports we cut across and demonstrate those asset types to us. So here we can see a breakdown of the assets which we have. So we have our Chromebooks, our iPads maybe coming from Jamf, our projectors, smartboards, and sort of breakdown of each of those numbers. There's also functionality around consumables, where we're not managing each individual asset, but rather a quantity of those assets. So that's a different asset type, which we call a bulk asset, which allows us to monitor the stock level of an asset as opposed to each individual asset. And I think a good example of this might be, maybe printer toner, where you don't want to manage, necessarily each toner having its own serial number or asset tag, but it's, sure useful to know how many you have in storage. So there's reports around that where we can see printer and batteries or lengths of network cable, and maybe when you need to reorder those.
Cool. So we've got that taken care of in terms of assets of different classes. Obviously, the focus, as we've already mentioned, is going to be on student device, or faculty and student devices on computers, and that obviously the majority there is Chromebooks. So it's good to know, though, that we can, important to note that you can use VIZOR to track and manage assets of all kinds.